Well, the big question is, can you get a business loan without a business? The answer is a resounding yes. I want you to stick around till the end of today's conversation so you can have the 411 of this process. How to get a business loan without a business. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you're to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to talk to you about how to get a business loan without a business. And I have 7 steps I'm going to go through. Step number 1, you need to know the most popular one-person businesses. Any freelancer occupation can qualify for a business loan. And according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics and the United States Small Business Administration, the SBA, the percentage of solopreneurs and entrepreneurs has risen at least 9% annually for the last 10 years. Think about that. So males account for 54% and females make up 46%, which is really consistent with the profile of the general workforce. So banks and other business lenders are seizing the opportunity to offer business loans for solopreneurs and one-person businesses. And I'm going to show you right now on the screen. We're going to have it scroll down on the screen, the 50 most popular one-person businesses that qualify easily for business loans. In other words, these are occupations that lenders know and understand, and for which there is enough statistical data at the national level in order to monitor trends in the profession, profitability metrics, and default rates. And by the way, folks, the list I'm going to show you on the screen right now is not exhaustive. So if you don't find your occupation here, don't worry. You can still get a business loan as long as you can explain clearly what you do and meet other business loan requirements. So here are the 50 professions. So you have an eBay Amazon seller, handyman, music producer, independent contractor, financial consultant, social media influencer, YouTuber, business consultant, freelance developer, personal chef, Etsy shop owner, online dating consultant, wedding planner, sewing and alteration specialist, web designer, travel planner, home inspector, property manager, packing services facilitator, interior designer, massage therapist, fitness coach, resume writer, house cleaner, caterer, tour guide, gym owner, coffee shop owner, landscaper, concierge, videographer and photographer, blogger, food truck operator, crafter, podcaster, independent life insurance broker, life or career coach, real estate agent, freelance graphic designer, a driver, home inspector, bed and breakfast owner, painter, dog walker, tutor, companion caregiver, daycare owner, clothing boutique owner, event planner, and consignment shop owner. So the whole idea here is to give you, I would say, a perspective on what we are talking about when we speak about how to get a business loan without a business. If you are a solopreneur or you have a one-person business, you can qualify. Step number 1, you need to know the most popular one-person businesses. Step number 2, folks, I want you to establish a single member LLC. Very important. As a one-person business, if you do nothing else, you'll be treated as a sole proprietorship for legal and tax purposes. However, you can actually enjoy some important legal and tax advantages by choosing a different form of business. Many one-person entrepreneurs find that a limited liability corporation is a good solution, an LLC, because an LLC protects it actually protects your personal asset from liability in case of any lawsuits or claims against your business. A single member LLC also allows you to claim business profits and losses on your personal tax returns, eliminating much of the paperwork and headaches involved with forming a regular corporation. All right, so let me quickly do a compare and contrast between a sole proprietorship and limited liability company. So sole proprietorship. This is an easy to form structure and gives you complete control of your business. You are automatically considered to be a sole proprietorship if you do business activities but do not register as any other kind of business. Sole proprietors do not produce a separate business entity. This means your business assets and liabilities are not separate from your personal assets and liabilities. Consequently, you can be held personally liable for the debts and obligations of the business, and sole proprietors are still able to get a trade name, though, a DBA, doing business as. And it can also be hard to raise money because you can't sell stock, and banks are hesitant to lend to sole proprietorships. And sole proprietorships can be a good choice for low risk businesses and owners who want to test their business idea before forming a more formal business. What about an LLC? Now, an LLC lets you take advantage of the benefits of both the corporation and partnership business structures. So LLCs protect you from personal liability in most instances, your personal assets like your vehicle, your house, your savings accounts, and those assets will not be a risk in case your LLC faces bankruptcy or lawsuits. And profits and losses can be passed through to your personal income without facing corporate taxes. However, and this is a big however, members of an LLC are considered self-employed and must pay self-employment tax contributions towards Medicare and Social Security. An LLC can have a limited life in many states, so when a member joins or leaves an LLC, some states may require the LLC to be dissolved and reformed with new membership unless there is already an agreement in place within the LLC for buying, selling, or transferring ownership. So LLCs can be a good choice for medium or higher risk businesses, owners with significant personal assets they want to be protected, and owners who want to pay a lower tax rate than they would with a corporation. Step number 3. So step number 1, folks, you need to know the most popular one-person businesses. Step number 2, you need to establish a single member LLC. Step number 3, you need to clarify your business's tax situation. Very important. Let's talk about this. What is the IRS entity classification? The IRS allows LLCs to choose how they will be classified for tax purposes. LLCs with 2 or more owners can choose to be treated as a partnership or corporation for tax purposes. Single member LLCs can choose to be treated either as a corporation or a disregarded entity. Now, a disregarded entity is treated like a sole proprietorship by the IRS. And owners of single member LLCs who wish to be treated as a corporation for tax purposes must file either IRS Form 8832 and elect to be treated as a C corporation, or IRS Form 2553 to elect classification as an S corporation. If you don't file Form 8832 or 2553 to elect to be treated as a corporation, the IRS will treat your LLC as a disregarded entity and you will be taxed as a sole proprietorship. You need to know that, all right? Now, one thing I want to say that here is that this conversation applies only to single member LLCs owned by individuals, not other companies. If the owner is an individual, the activities of the LLC will generally be reflected on Form 1040 or 1040 SR Schedule C, profit or loss from business for a sole proprietorship, Form 1040 or 1040 SR Schedule E, supplemental income or loss, or Form 1040 or 1040 SR Schedule F, profit or loss from farming. And does a single member LLC need an EIN? What is the EIN? EIN means Employer Identification Number. This is a 9-digit number similar to a Social Security number. It is actually assigned to a business entity if the IRS gives that. And it's very easy to file, and you go online to the IRS website and you get it. And it's important to understand that you want to have, if your goal is to get a business loan without a business, and you are a solopreneur or a single member LLC, it's better to have an EIN. This is just hands down. If you want to increase your chances of getting approved for a business loan, you want to set up a single member LLC and please get an EIN. That way, lenders identify you as a legal entity separate from your personal affairs. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. We are still having a conversation about how to get a business loan without a business. Step number one, know the most popular one-person businesses. Number two, you need to establish a single member LLC. Number three, clarify your business's tax situation. Number four, I want you to open a business bank account. This is very important, and I'll tell you why. You need to set up a business bank account because you are, yes, you are a solopreneur. There's only one of you, but paying your business expenses from your personal bank accounts is a recipe for trouble at tax time and can even cause legal problems with your LLC. Instead, I want you to open a separate business bank account, order business checks, and obtain at least one business credit card to pay your expenses. This makes record keeping easier and helps prevent problems with the IRS. And if you are a freelancer, yes, you can actually get a business bank account. Okay, the thing here is that you might say you don't need it, but again, as I said earlier, the whole idea is to segregate your personal affairs from your business affairs. So you can, whether you're a freelancer, all the 51 person businesses that I just gave you earlier, if you fall in any of those categories or even beyond, you need a business bank account. And so if you are getting a freelancer bank account, there are a few things you need to look for. You want to pay attention to the bank account fees versus the perks. Very important. You need to think about the ease of use and accessibility. How easy it is to make deposits and transfers. Can you access ATMs very easily nationwide? Do you have additional tools? This is very important because in this digital age, most banks include online and mobile banking with all their business accounts. However, depending on the bank and specific account you choose, you might be able to access other useful tools such as accounting, software integration, invoicing services, and financial reporting. Although these features may not be as significant to your decisions as some of the others I've given you so far, it is worth considering what any bank offers and what tools will be most useful to your business. And particularly, freelancers and self-employed professionals looking for a business bank account may focus on accounts that provide tax and expense management tools that can help them stay organized. This is kind of cool, right? And besides, you might also look into other services the bank provides, business savings accounts, merchant services, credit cards, and more. And some business owners prefer to bundle all of their tools with one bank or provider, and some financial institutions even offer incentives for you to purchase multiple services from them. This is very important. If your goal is to get a business loan without a business, I want you to pay attention to the fifth step. You need to write a business plan. Very important. Again, I don't care if you are a solopreneur, if it's only you working in the company. You got to write a business plan. You have to think big. The whole idea is to convince a lender to look at your business loan application and say, you know what? This borrower deserves a great loan. We deserve to what he or she deserves, his or her loan to be approved. So this is what we are going to do here with the business plan. In the business plan, we have several key elements, and those key elements are going to put forth your business in a positive light. You're trying to paint the brightest light on your business. So in a business, and then when it comes to business plans, remember that you have three options here. You can DIY, you can do it yourself. If you have a knack for writing business content in a convincing way, go ahead and do it yourself. Or you can outsource the task to a freelancer, either online or locally. Online, there are a lot of platforms out there that will help you with that. You have Fiverr, you have Upwork, you have freelancer.com. You just need to find a professional who understands your industry and can actually write impeccable, captivating business plan content. Or the third option here, you can actually get business plan software, or you can look for free templates. There are gazillions of templates on the internet. When it comes to softwares, you can go with LivePlan or BasePlan, among others. And a properly written business plan has 10 parts, 10 elements. So you have the executive summary, you have the company description, you have the market analysis, You have to talk about the competitive analysis. You look at your competitors. You need to have a description of management and organization. Even if this is a solopreneur, even if you are a solopreneur, it's only you. You still need to give information about you and the organization. You might need to attach your resume or a short bio. You need to have a breakdown of your products and services. You need to elaborate on your marketing plan. You need to have a sales strategy. You need to actually populate the section request for funding. If you need funding, you want a business loan without a business, you need to still tell the lenders how the funds will be used. And last but not the least, financial projections. This is where you actually report your anticipated revenue for the first 12 months and your annual projected earnings for the second, third, fourth, and fifth years of business. Step number 6, folks. I want you right now to work on your branding. So if you want to get a business loan without a business, first you want to know the most popular one-person businesses, establish a single member LLC, clarify your business's tax situation, open a business bank account, write a business plan, and number 6, work on your branding. When it comes to branding, there are 4 main elements, and those elements are quintessential. First, you need to start with creating a logo. You got to have a logo. A logo is basically the epitome of your company out there. And again, it doesn't matter if you are a one-person business or if you are an entrepreneur, a solopreneur, or a self-employed. It doesn't matter whether you're a freelancer. You still need to establish yourself out there. So as a person, your name speaks for you. Your name, your first and last name represent you. As a business, your logo, among other things, will speak for your company. So you want to create a logo. You can do it yourself. You can go on the internet. There are a lot of platforms that will do it for you for free, or you can just hire someone to do it. You want to actually also, after you have the logo, and you also want to think about the business cards. Again here, folks, I'm not asking you to change your name to actually create a company name. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. If not, you can still keep your name. This is not a problem. You can keep your name. And you want to have a very sleek business card, very important. You want to work on business literature about your company. Anything from marketing, content, establishing, you want to write things about the mission statements, the vision statements, your product, the kind of products and services that you offer. If you're a freelancer, or self-employed, you are most likely offering services, not physical products. So you want to actually write a little bit. And you also want to think about a press kit. Again, it depends on how expensive, how broad your business model is. So creating a logo, set up business cards, creating business literature. You also want to create a business website. A website is the face of your business, and especially for one-person businesses, it is essential to present the right professional image. If you want to create the illusion that you are not just a one-person startup, but a thriving, successful business, a business website can really help. For example, you can include contact information for different departments within your business, such as customer service, sales, and accounting, to give the impression that you have multiple employees and build confidence among prospective customers and also lenders. And you also want to set up social media accounts. At a minimum, you want to have a presence on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. If you can't do all 4, I'll go with Facebook and LinkedIn and maybe YouTube, especially if you are in a business that requires verbal convincing. You need to talk to customers. People need to see you. If you are the creative type and you need to showcase your services, it will be fantastic to have an account on YouTube. The next step here, and this is the last but not the least, you need to know the requirements for one-person business loans. If you want your loan to be approved, if you want to get it right away, you need to know that. When it comes to applying for a business loan, it's best to apply for one before you need it. But the thing here is that you got to know exactly what kind of information lenders are looking for when it comes to business loans without a business. First, credit score. Most lenders believe that past results reflect what will happen in the future, so they rely on personal and business credit scores to reveal this information. One of the first business loan requirements is for both the company and the owner to have great credit scores. Here I'm speaking about above 750 for FICO. For example, at the business level, you want to have a credit score above 80 because the scores usually range from 0 to 100. But for business owners, for personal credit scores rather, you want to have something above 750. Okay, lenders want to know how the loan will be used and how the company plans to grow. So you should be able to thoroughly discuss the age and stability of your company in its industry. You can find out your personal credit scores at no charge once a year at annualcreditreport.com. You can dispute any inaccuracies you find through any of the credit bureau's websites, and businesses can check their scores at 3 business credit bureaus. You have Experian, Equifax, and Dun & Bradstreet. And so besides the credit score, lenders will look at the annual revenue. The lender wants to understand the trends in your business, especially how sales and cash flow have grown over time. Make sure you have accurate monthly financial statements from the past 2 years on hand, because the lenders will look at specific metrics like the current ratio, which is your current assets divided by your current liabilities. And if that ratio is greater than 1, it signals your company's ability to pay all its bills. And many lenders will also ask for copies of your bank account transactions so they can confirm cash flows that are reflected on your financial statements. And the third element when it comes to a one-person business loan for approval, you want to have an updated business plan. I already spoke about the business plan, so I'm not going to that right now, but you want to update it. So lenders want to know how the loan will be used and how the company plans to grow. So if you already have a business plan in place, you can just update it, or actually synchronize it with, you can adapt it rather to the requirements of the specific lender you are trying to please. And they might ask for additional collateral. It depends. So every lending source wants to reduce their risk when making a loan. So one of the ways they do this is by getting additional financial collateral that secures the loan in case your business fails to meet its repayments. This is usually done in the form of a company's accounts receivable, equipment, and or easy to sell assets. And so you have to think about, so one of the additional qualifications for a business loan may be the company's owners, maybe for the company's owner to provide a personal guarantee to their loan, or pledge additional collateral such as a personal real estate or other financial resources. Okay, this is very important. Now, there are other documents that they might ask you to qualify for the loan: your driver's license, any commercial leases, business licenses, personal and business tax returns, business insurance plans, payroll records, incorporation documents, and other affiliated corporate ownership or current added financial obligations. It's very important to know that all the lender is trying to have here is an idea of your financial situation. All right, folks, this is the end of today's conversation. I was explaining to you how to get a business loan without a business. First, you need to know the most popular one-person businesses. Number 2, you need to establish a single-member LLC, clarify your company's tax situation, open a business account, write a business plan, work on branding, and know the requirements for one-person business loans. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I will see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.